I often lament that most pre-published D&D adventures are somewhat shallow. There's often not a lot of deeper meaning, no strong themes, not a lot of allegory, and the biggest sin for me is that they often don't present the players with difficult choices to make. I am very much of the opinion that an adventure is defined by the choices it presents to the players. If they're just going along a completely predetermined railroad, no matter how good the story is, it's just not going to be as memorable as when the players drive the action with their own choices. I bring all this up because if you're looking for inspiration for an interesting D&D story, the Gem Dragons are really where it's at. Today we are looking at the Adult Topaz Dragon, our third Gem Dragon from WizKids, and many thanks to WizKids for sending it our way. Topaz Dragons embody the concept of entropy, which can really kick off some interesting stories for your characters. We'll talk more about it today as we take a look at our Adult Topaz Dragon. Today's video is brought to you by Hit Point Press. The Imperfect sale is going on now. Get Imperfect animated spell decks, condition decks, the Deck of Illusions, and the Humblewood book or box set today for a massive discount. Supplies are limited, so be sure to check it out now using the info icon in the corner or the links below. Yes, Topaz Dragons are infused with necrotic energy from the negative plane that manifests as a desire and ability to encourage decay and destruction, but not in a malicious way like the chromatic dragons. For them, decay is a natural process that leads to rebirth and regrowth, so they focus their powers on reducing already dying living things or crumbling structures. But it does set up natural conflicts with nature or life-based characters who may have a differing view on annihilation. They're not the friendliest or the most gregarious of the dragons, but if you share their views or can at least understand their points of view, it's not likely to be an outright hostile encounter. But there is a lot of conflict to be had if it sees a need to destroy in order to save something else or to keep the cycle going. Think villains like Thanos. Fizban's Treasure of Dragons, of course, gives you most everything you need to know to design your own Topaz Dragon encounters and adventures. I don't believe an adult or ancient Topaz Dragon has shown up yet in any official published 5e adventures. As far as the basic dragon traits of layers, breath weapons, and loot, the Topaz Dragons like to be near, but not in water, so you'll often find them along the coasts or in swamps. Being on the coast often brings them into conflict with bronze dragons. Their breath weapons deal necrotic damage, as you might have expected, and for their hordes, they value information and magic items related to creation and destruction, particularly anything pertaining to the undead. You might even find a few animated skeletons in their proverbial closets. The mini itself must have been a challenge due to the floating nature of the little scales along its back and its skin, which looks like partitioned armor, but I think they did an admirable job here, making this a really interesting figure for our collections. Grady thinks it looks like candy, and I have to agree with that too. Here you can see it with some of its young from the Fizban set, and with our other Gem Dragons as well as some others. Just taking a step back for a moment, these dragon minis we've been getting are really gorgeous. I think I can get a little bit desensitized to it sometimes because we see so many dragons, but I really want to find a better way to display these in my house. They're just really beautiful, especially these Gem Dragons. The Adult Topaz Dragon is available now for your standard MSRP of $99.99. You can generally get it for about 20% off if you shop around a little bit. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Next up is our last metallic dragon, the Adult Copper, so be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. In the meantime, don't miss out on the Imperfect sale going on right now. Things are starting to sell out, so be sure you get in there to grab your stocking stuffers now. And if you'd like to come join me on social media, you can find me on one of these sites over here. But for now, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.